Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget, give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell, tell a friend. First off, I want to thank our new subscribers. Thank you for joining the tribe, and we hope that you show up in some of our live chats or at least in our comment section. Now, a special thanks. I needed to say this because I wrote it down early this morning. Thank you so much to Krista Lake 7899. Krista went through the last 3 episodes of this dog water show of our reviews and actually gave so many like great comments, funny comments. Like it was multiple comments per show. And it was awesome to see that kind of engagement, and we really appreciate it. And we wanted to highlight Krista Lake 7899. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for going through our catalog and making comments along the way. And I'd like to encourage all of you. We have a great playlist of various stupid reality shows that we watch, and we have our reviews and commentary on them. So indulge when you have one in the afternoon that you don't have anything else particular to do. Take a look at our catalog and enjoy. All right. So now that we've got all of the essentials and important stuff over, we can dive into this stupidity. Who's in? Hi, Wendy. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Ryan. And hi to anyone who is watching from the bushes. We love you. Okay. What did you think about this mess?
Jessica was the highlight.
Yeah.
Jessica is starting to crack. We're starting to see we get like some insights about her marriage. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that she like is trying to run away from Greensboro every chance she gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and then when she said that her and Isaiah hadn't cuddled in like 6 years, I'm like, that's a disconnect. At least for me.
They ain't even been married for 6 years. So what the fuck is she talking about?
But here's the thing. I'm looking at her like this. When she said, I'm like, well, ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
if y'all hadn't cuddled in 6 years, and you at this point they've only been married for about maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
Why did y'all get married if there's an emotional disconnect in that way?
Okay. All right. So let's do a quick summary of this trash. Maybelle goes home to England. Great. She was a waste of time. Let's see. Whitney and the two podcast girls in Salem want to do a podcast together, and they're going back up to Salem. Whitney brings Jessica with her. On the way to the airport, Glenn drives them, and he asks to speak to Whitney alone, and he wants to pretend he's supporting her. But he needs to get back home to his girlfriend so that, he
Zit,
can take
zit,
advantage.
plural.
um, then they get to Salem, and this is when we start hearing Jessica. Like, what is she talking about? Did she just say that? It's very interesting. I didn't care anything about Whitney looking up
Mm-mm.
Zillow, trying to find new places to live, whatever. They are staying with one of the girls from the podcast while they're in Salem. Um, they do the podcast while Jessica goes shopping. Interesting. Then they decide on this podcast that they're going to do pregnancy roulette or some shit like that. That sounded like a really stupid idea, but we did it anyway. Um, we see while they are out after the podcast, they go and actually visit this really nice rental. It was gorgeous. It was lovely.
Yes.
However, did you see the little spindly legs on that couch? She would break it. She would ruin that entire place. Did you see the countertops in the shower? Oh my God. That place
The
was too
view.
nice for Whitney.
The
The
view
view was
alone.
amazing. Views, but then they get outside and this bitch is sniffing some cat's breath that was in a pram. It was just the things that they put into this show is ridiculous. Um then we see them on the back deck of one of the girls' house, and they do the pregnancy roulette. The first test comes back as like they didn't turn on the thing or something, like the battery was dead or something. There's like no readout. Then the next test, so they had 4 digital tests and 1 old school test. And the old school test comes up with 1 pink line. Now, I don't know why they had so much trouble reading this readout, but apparently all of them had problems reading it. She is not pregnant. But how can you be pregnant when we can't even confirm that you went and got the second insemination? So, and secondly, how quickly can she pee? Because when I give a sample at the doctor, I'm good for like a couple of hours. She got
Mm-hmm.
up and went and pissed again
Allegedly.
and came
I
back with this.
I just think she put some toilet water on the. Never mind.
She didn't do nothing. They went and got a pink marker and scribbled that line right there. So yeah, I don't know. But then again, on the couch, Jessica dropping some tea about her relationship. So after I get through this quick summary, then we're going to start talking about the real interest of the show, which is Jessica. Whitney is devastated. Whitney is like, this is it for me, but you got one more shot left in the cannon. How is this it for you? You just want an excuse to move someplace else. But I'm giving fair warning, people. Fair fucking warning. If we are moving overseas and Maybelle is an example of the friends that he is going to interact with, I will not be watching this. I will not be watching this.
Mabel just wanted that free trip to America, so there we go. Yeah, I said it.
Well, but
I'm not mad
I
at her
don't
either.
know.
I ain't mad
No,
at her either.
I can't tolerate her. I really can't. Um, and that was it. So, okay, let's talk about Jessica. Let's talk about Jessica. Are
Yes,
we
the star.
seeing the beginnings of the marriage breakdown? Because listen, she has been absent and vacant and dead eye this entire season, but I thought it was because of her dad.
So did I.
But now it seems like she is hanging around Whitney. Is she trying to like escape emotions, escape a marriage, or find an excuse to go and run to somebody else? I don't know. I don't
She's
know.
miserable. Okay, she's looked miserable, and I agree with you. I thought it was really her dad. I
Mhm.
really did. And her having to take over the business and not having him there with her every day, I that was a toll. And it hasn't been that long. But the more she talks, we know it's more than just her dad now. We know that.
Mhm.
We know that because of the way she's talking about her life and her relationship with her husband and
Thanks,
the fact that she
Nicole.
was very quick to jump to go to Salem, talking about,
Mhm.
oh, I'm going to invite Jessica because remember Whitney invited Jessica just to get her out of the city, right? Cool. Um, no offense to
Mhm.
Salem, right? Y'all probably got some cute boutiques like Juicy Couture, and Dee Dee's or some shit like that. But, but I mean, it's not really a shopping mecca from what we could see. It's mostly like Salem stuff. So and I get they're doing the
Thanks,
podcast.
Stephanie.
You're not a
Mhm.
podcaster. I understand that, but you going around Salem by yourself,
Mhm.
allegedly shopping,
Mhm.
and we're not seeing that you're allegedly shopping.
I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. But the rumor is that she hooked up with a bodybuilder from the gym. Now, in this, oops, wait, Jamal, hold on. Hey, Jamal, you back?
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, like we ain't seen no footage of that. So I'm like, is Jessica dating in Salem? She have a new man in Salem? That's where my mind went. Anyway.
No, no. Rumor is because I was getting ready to say it when you had dropped off. Rumor is that she's hooking up with somebody from the gym.
Oh.
And
Okay.
you notice in this episode, she was tanner. So,
She
and she was
was
like, she was firm. She was muscular. She was toned.
snatch
She was getting ready for
a
a
competition.
competition. So what if it's the dude that's training her for the competition that she's like, friendly with?
Could because she looks good. I was like,
Mhm.
damn.
Like you could bounce quarters off of her. She was like rock solid. Nice. Okay, so Ryan says they tried to copy the young fertile Mormon wives with the pregnancy roulette. So that's what they got it from? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but they are not them because I love that show.
Okay. I love the tile in that shower. Yes. You know what would have been really money if that was one solid slab of granite, but it wasn't. It was tile. And I was even like, the kitchen counter I kind of like, but I could have done without because it was just plain black and white and it just really looked it I don't know. I didn't like it. But when we got in the shower, yeah, I like that shower. I like that shower a lot. That part was gross to me. Hi, Sherry W. Hi, Gwen. Um, let's
So
see.
I want to ask you a question about this
Legend.
episode. All right. So the way this show is going, right? We know it's bad.
She's
The
never moving away from Glenn.
but does it this feels like this show's
Mhm.
going through a transition of
Yeah.
either it's going to continue or it's not going to continue. It really feels like it's at a crossroads.
Uh
Like
huh.
the her friend group isn't friending.
Yep.
They're introducing international side characters now. They're
Mhm.
international. They're bringing in like the Salem girls. It feel to here's the way it looks to me, and I want everyone's thoughts on this. Does it feel like they're bringing in Mabel and the Salem girls as audition pieces? Like they're auditioning to be Whitney's new friend group, and then
I
whichever
think
fits
I
the best, well, that's where the storyline is gonna go.
I think that's what Whitney is trying to
Okay,
reroute the course of this show because she's trying to save it. I
right.
mean, her current friend group, there's too much infighting. She's probably got to pay them way too much to show up with her. Um, and I don't think it makes for a good season. Her navigating arguments or mediating arguments between her stupid friends. Like I didn't like them that much to begin with, and now I don't want to watch mediations. I just don't. It's not interesting to me. And
It's
I don't
not.
like Maybell. Okay, so Wendy says, is it the infertility that's messing up the marriage? Couples will blame each other. It's a nightmare when you want a family. It could be, but maybe she'll spill more tea later on. But something's going on with Jess, and it was the only interesting thing in this episode. Friends aren't friending, no. They
No,
must have found out that they get paid different wages.
probably.
Mm.
So with her though,
Mhm.
with this season of like where am I gonna go allegedly for
Mhm.
storyline, we how can I put this? How can I put this?
Mhm.
She's not interesting like in Greensboro right now because like there's really nothing going on with her. It's like my
Mhm.
when I say that it's like the same storyline over and over. We've kind of exhausted that out. And then
D man, for real, Whitney low key kind of sucks. Oh my god, only
what was
low.
that? And the thing is, he's not wrong because we're getting the same thing. But then I'm not sure if you saw on the Reddit where they're calling her out, where they're like, "Well, are we really going to pretend she's not losing a bunch of weight?" You know, because and some people think she's scrambling because the show is My Big
Losing
Fat
weight or
Fabulous Life.
photoshopping? Like I saw a picture of her on Reddit today where her head was like 18 inches long.
No, look, no. If you compare her confessional, like look at her face in the confessional, right? Then look at her face on like in filming, and then go to Instagram, and then go back to the flash photo, the flashback when she was dancing, when she was a skinty, you know, she is losing a lot of weight, like because her
I
face.
can't look at her confessionals, and here's
Okay,
why.
go ahead.
her top knot is irritating the fuck out of me.
I mean, some styling would help. I agree with you, but if you look at her face now, like in the confessionals, and but then look at her face in when she was a skinty and like really dancing, they're pretty close. So a lot of people are like, "Are y'all really just gonna let this go?" And back to the other point is, some people think she's really scrambling because she's losing the weight, and with her pretty much her weight was like the show. Like she was like
Mhm.
a big girl making things happen for herself and living her fabulous life. But unfortunately, she has not grown. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. She has not grown as a person. She's pretty much still the same person.
Mhm.
We no longer have the power couple of Glenn and Babs. Rest in peace,
Mhm.
Babs.
Mhm.
You know, their friends are falling out with her and each other, so their friends aren't friending, as I said before. So when you're not interesting and the side characters aren't delivering, like, what are you left with? You're left with the scramble. That's what's
You know
happening
what?
here.
You know what would have held my interest? What's her brother's name again?
Hunter?
Hunter. If Hunter had showed up with a boyfriend to get married and put Babs's ring on his finger, that would have been entertainment for me. Um, if, instead of Whitney talking about wanting a baby, wanting friends, wanting to move, all of this stupidness, if she had come on here and showed her weight loss journey, however
Yes.
way she is doing it, be it
Thank you.
shots or pills or what do you call it? Not the bypass. What do you call the surgery? The weight loss
Gastric.
surgery.
Yeah,
Gastric bypass.
gastric bypass. Yeah.
Right. If she had showed us that instead of a pregnancy journey that was never going to happen, and then sit on my TV screen last night and said, I knew it was getting difficult. Did I wait too long? Well, then why didn't you use the eggs you harvested a couple of seasons ago when you were younger? Like you waited till you were a geriatric person to have a pregnancy. Like you're not making any fucking sense and you're talking down to your audience and I don't like it. So she showed us like a version of Thousand Pound Roomies where she was actually doing the shots or whatever. Um, I think people would have been interested in that because for years they've been telling her to fucking lose weight. And so she's doing it now, but yet she's hiding it. She could have got a
Yes.
major brand deal by poking
Yes.
herself in every episode. But, I digress. I mean,
And then think about it. Instead of this storyline, I like, where is her business manager? Because I was taking advantage of this. She could have said, you know what? I'm trying to have a kid. I want to lose weight, right? She could have done this 5 seasons ago when she harvested the eggs, right? Okay, let's go. Let's
mhm.
just go back there when she harvested the eggs, right? She could have said, "You know, I gotta lose this weight." We could have saw we these years we could have saw her weight loss journey. She probably been a skinty for the 2025, and then we could have seen her dating across the world.
You
Something.
know, the title "My Big Fat Fabulous Life" does not have to necessarily mean
Mean fat.
obese.
Thank
It
you.
could mean her transitioning from this body that had her under so many limitations, losing the weight, opening up all sorts of things for her so she could live a big, fat, fulfilling life.
Exactly.
She just, her ego is in the way. Obviously, she thinks she knows best for the direction of this show, or either production just hates her. I don't know. But pulling up fake boyfriends every year and then crying about them doing her wrong every year. Now she's replaced the boyfriend with a canister full of nut juice that she's inserting somewhere, but it's obviously not in her. This is just the woe is me tour that I'm so fatigued from. She could have made this show into something great, and she's always fucking missing the boat.
And I agree with you. I think it's her ego because are you not sitting down and mapping out
Are you
your season?
bleeding?
Are you not saying that was one of the okay? This is what we're gonna cover. Like we're covering this again. Why? You're 41. Like let's be for real. Let's be for real.
Mm, didn't watch it from the beginning, but wasn't she one of the body positivity girls? Might like look like a failure if she agrees it's unhealthy. She was body positivity, but not because like I'm just gonna eat a bunch of crap and be fat. She always said it was very difficult for her to lose weight because of the what is it POCS or something like that.
Yes,
Right. So, she was working with what she had. And back then she was doing the dancing. So even though she was, a big girl, she was doing more dancing than I'm doing like in my normal life. I'm going to call it out. It was really good the first few seasons. But when the check became more important than the message, that's when this got derailed.
agreed.
And there's nothing wrong. She was never one of those, you can be fat and healthy and all of this. No, I never got that message from her. It was always, I'm going to deal with what I have because of the circumstance that I'm in. Um, but now she's losing the weight, but yet nothing is really being said about it in how she's losing that weight. So that's infuriating to me because that could be a really great storyline. We're just not hearing it. Or she could have gave some surrogate agency some play for a discount going that right. Yeah, she could have. But she's such an unlikable wretch. Like, who's going to go to that agency because Whitney went there? I don't know.
True. You know what a turning point could have been though?
What?
When Tony fired her. That would have been a perfect time
Tony?
for her when Tony fired her. She could have like her Jessica's dad.
Oh, his name was Tony?
Is his name Will or Tony?
Will.
Will. Sorry, y'all.
When Will
Will
fired her,
fired her. That could have been
and
a turning
then
point.
also when Ryan fired her.
Yes.
Yeah.
When Chase had a baby on her.
Ah!
I mean, I mean, she had three like key turning points that could have turned the show around in her life, but she kept hopping on these same tired storylines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like everybody's just basically done with her. I'm sorry, this has turned into a rant on what could have been and the possibilities with Jessica and her crumbling life. I shouldn't be so joyous about that, but it's the only thing worth watching on this show.
It is until we meet Hunter's could be boyfriend with who could be in the throuple with him and Karen because maybe he's bisexual. Just and then and unless we meet and also we meet Glenn's girlfriends
Only
because I
if
think
Karen doesn't smile.
okay we could meet Glenn's girlfriends. I
Yes.
mean there's like
And bring up
go ahead.
Angie and the crew.
Yes,
We always get excited when we see Angie.
because she's fun.
Okay, so Ryan says she can still be body positive if she loses some weight, if it means it could help her in her pregnancy journey. Yes, that's
Yes.
another thing. But again, she's not doing it. Wendy and Tammy look great. They stay true to the show. Yeah, dirty and slovenly. Yeah. Like with Ashley on BFFs and Amy. Yep. When Glenn, I honestly couldn't be more proud of that girl. All these years, and she's now one of the smallest siblings. It's true. Like whether you love or hate Tammy, they stuck to the purpose of the show, losing weight,
Yes.
and they hung in there with her in all of the like twists and turns that she had. And when she finally did it, like people are still hanging in there with her because you've got to maintain that.
Right. And in fairness to Tammy as well, Tammy put in the work on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like I said, Tammy did the work on herself. She took a step back and was able to be honest with herself and realize that she's a big part of her problem. Whitney, on the other hand, everyone else is the problem, not
Hey,
her.
Michelle. Welcome, welcome.
So
Yeah.
and that's Whitney's main problem because That's what stunted her growth.
But wait, this is Ashley from Thousand Pound Best Friends. Is this Ashley we're talking about? Like, did Ashley even lose weight?
Well, she's talking about Ashley. Oh, yes, it's Ashley on BFFs and Amy.
Right, but Ashley didn't lose weight. Oh well. Oh, they're the failures.
Right.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're gonna go with that. Yes.
we can go with that. Right, because the only person that's been like a real success on that show is Vanessa, the guy Scott,
I'm waiting for
and
that season to
Tina
come out.
Chu.
So I want to see
Tina
Scott and
Chu.
Tina. I want to see
Yep.
Scott and Tina.
Scott is like 100 and like 30 pounds. He's a twink. He is so skinny and cute. And Tina trimmed down a lot. Like I the only thing that frustrates me with Thousand Pound Best Friends is Vanessa. Go get your teeth done.
Yeah.
But y'all, she just got a job. Is it at Starbucks? She just got a job. Hopefully she'll get benefits and hopefully she'll like go to Dr. Heavenly doesn't take insurance. She only take cash. But she could have gotten her teeth done at Dr. Heavenly like pro bono. She would have done that if she got on the show.
Right.
Um every time therapy is mentioned, she's just fine. She's not. Ashley didn't, but at least she leveraged it as a storyline. Now, I'm a little unfair to Ashley. Ashley did lose a little bit of weight because she was much bigger, but she got stuck at 100 pounds.
Yeah, and she ate. She ate through her surgeries like what, twice?
Well, yeah, yeah. We'll see when the show comes back on if she's swelling back up.
Right.
Um, but 100 pounds is nothing to sniff at either. So I just want to be fair to Ashley. I am not going to be fair to that other one that wears the strapless dresses. What's her name? Uh,
Megan.
yes, that one. She can go and kick rocks. No, she was going to lose weight to get prego, and for Amy, it was the only reason she lost a little. Yeah, I think that was a storyline for Ashley to get pregnant. I don't think she even likes children based upon her interactions with children. And Amy, they should have tied her tubes when they were in there doing the weight loss surgery, in my opinion. Vanessa's teeth will be the next season storyline. I doubt it. I doubt it. Um, especially mentally. Okay. Yeah. So, do we have anything else to rant about this episode?
I'm trying to. No, not really. But my fear is we're gonna get more Whitney and less of Jessica. We need Jessica because she's giving us like real raw content. Like, will you okay? Think about when Jessica's on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm not sure if it's for like the same for anyone else, but when I watch Jessica and hear her talk, I get it. She feels more real. She doesn't feel so produced this season.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, it's like you could tell this woman's going through a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and for her to keep dealing with these pregnancy scenes, like she's a trooper. Her check must be real nice.
Mm.
I'm just because there's no way, best friend or not, I would be sitting up there while y'all talk about, oh my god, who's pregnant? When you know like what your best friend has gone through as far as her pregnancy journey.
I still think that Whitney is probably taking advantage of this girl not being 100% there and underpaying her. Hopefully, next season, Jessica is going to wake up. But I fear that Whitney will exploit because you heard Whitney in her confessional saying, something's going on with Jessica. What's going on with Jessica?
Yeah, oh yeah,
She's going to
she said
exploit it.
right, of course. Okay,
And then that's going to lead to Jessica losing in divorce court.
think about it though. Well, you can exploit your own mother and your cat. I mean, like Jessica's like small pickings.
But not only that, all of her friends that was doing illegal drugas up in her attic under her nose. She exploited all of those
Yep.
tribulations. And Ryan asked, did we all like the podcast? You mean the witches and whatever podcast? It was
I
stupid.
paid no attention to that.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't care. From the time they started doing the stupid whisper, I clocked out.
And here's the thing with Mabel. Whitney's not moving to no London, and her and Mabel would never be friends in real life. And here's why: because as soon as Whitney gets there, Whitney gonna be there in 6 months. They hang out. Mabel gets all the menses, and she's gonna be jealous of Mabel. No, they would not be friends in real life. Sorry.
Okay, Michelle. Jamal was asking me what's the sister's name because it was the sister, Isaiah's sister, who outed Jessica on Instagram streets. What's the sister's name? We need some information. Can you put it in the chat so that Jamal can look it up? Jamal, did you watch Real Housewives of London? The thing I
And,
sent you?
oh, I'm about to watch that tomorrow on my trip up to the. I cannot wait. I am just mad. Juliet A is back on my screen. Like, why?
Ah, she was useful as tits on a bull in Ladies of London, and I cannot stand her. Cannot believe she's here.
I come in on someone's IG. I'm like, we could have. It was either I know, or it could have been YouTube. I'm like, we could have had Sophie. We could have had We could have had Danish Caroline. We could have had the what Julie, the Duchess of Sandwich, somebody's croissant, whatever. Her, the blonde girl, and
She can't now. She can't now because she's actually I think she's the countess
oh,
now.
she's a countess now.
Yeah, because I think his
Oh,
father passed.
got it.
Yeah, but
Okay,
she has her own channel on YouTube, going around and like explaining royal etiquette, going to castles, highlighting the shop that's at her castle. Like, yeah, she's got real status now. So,
got it.
like she
Makes sense.
inherited the crown, the family tiara. So,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. But they could pick
Mm.
somebody else besides Juliet. And she is. Did you see the previews?
Yes, I sent them to
Okay,
you.
you sent them to me. I thought you sent me the episode, but
I
yeah,
did send you
you
the
sent both. You
episode.
sent both. That's
Yeah.
right. She is as dry and thirsty as she was 10 years ago.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just she's gonna get on my nerves. She's gonna get on my
She's gonna
nerves.
go on everybody's. And you okay? I know we're off topic, but real quick before we go, did you notice how like
Thank you.
everybody? Did you hear like how nobody in that group is her friend? Really?
I know she's there because the producers like her causing shit.
So you noticed that, right? How no one else is
Yeah.
like, oh, this is my friend.
Uh-huh.
And so the other young lady who said, oh, we live like she lived up the block from me. So,
Yeah, she live up the block from her, but y'all not engaged in any sort of friendship at all. She live up the block from you and ignores you from up there. She's never leaving London. Kadir, London, keep her. Keep her.
oh, I was screaming when I was like, okay, I kept waiting for somebody to say like, oh, I'm friends with Juliet Angus. I'm like, I'm still waiting for it. And that
Hmm.
one girl, the one blonde lady, can't remember her name right now. Well, she said, well, we were friends, but we kind of cooled off of that. But I was like, wow. And we get all sorts of cameos this season too. I'm kind of interested in that.
Oh yeah. Caroline Stansbury, I think, is on.
And Dorinda,
Oh yeah, Dorinda's putting somebody in their place.
you know how she do it. They're slowly getting her off of pause.
Right, but wouldn't it be great if she did become a friend on Ladies of London? Because remember, she lived over there for many years when her
Oh
husband.
yeah, with her husband, yeah.
So I
So
would
she
like to
makes
see
sense.
her in that.
She makes sense.
Mhm. Oh, and the Jamaican girl.
Karen,
I can't. Representation is everything.
but the thing is though that makes sense because of like the British colonization and all that stuff.
Oh, I found it on Daily Motion. Hold, I found it on Daily Motion, Ryan. I hope it's still up. Jesus, I'm a waste. Hold on. I found it. Can I put it up? Hold on. Let me see if it's still up. And I'll put it in the chat for any of you who are interested in watching it. Um, dailymotion.com. Oops. Did Jamal drop off? There you go, Jamal. Jamal? Hello? Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah. Now I can hear you. Um, Wait, no, you're still coming in and out. The Real Housewives of
So it's
London.
okay.
Okay,
Can you hear
how
me?
many minutes is this? Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, copy. All right, hold on. Let me come back to the chat.
I think
All right.
Ryan. I think Nessie is I think she's part Indian. If I one of them is or Middle Eastern something. I have to go back and look. I could have swore one of them was Indian or part Indian.
Now, if you like, I put the link in there. Is it no, no, it's on Hey You, and we don't have access to Hey You here in the States. Um, so I found it on Daily Motion as usual. My go-to source for shows we can't see. And if you guys like it, we might talk about it. Oh, but Michelle, you're in Canada. You have access to Hey You,
They have Hey You. Yeah.
so you don't have to watch it the bootleg way. Lucky duck.
And then Salt Lake City's coming back. They look like they're a mess.
Shouldn't they also have a British Indian woman on there too? Oh, you answered that question. All right, so
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and
is
rewatch it. But I
it,
thought Nessie was Indian, but British Indian. But I could be wrong.
they were all part of the empire at one time.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. So no, you can see it. If you have access to Hey You, you can watch it on Hey You. That's for our Canadian friends. But for the rest of us schmucks outside of the UK and Canada, we have to watch it bootleg. Anytime, Michelle. All right, so we have dragged this on for far too long, but we've gotten to a lot of subjects. We went off on a lot of tangents, got to a lot of topics that was far more interesting than Whitney.
Exactly.
We still gave you a good show. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the comments and live chat. Thank you again to Krista Lake 7899. You are a doll. We appreciate you. We hope you gave you a good show to comment on today. That's it for this week, but we will see you again next week where we will be talking about 90 Day Fiance UK and, unfortunately, Whitney. Okay. All right, guys. Have a safe weekend and come back next week and join us. Jamal, Annie, I love the cat in the baby stroller. Oh my God. Not when she started smelling its breath, though. That's so disgusting. Hey, Kelly Poo. Oh my God. I'm stuck on another Korean show. Hold on. Let me tell you which one. I'm sorry I'm holding this up. I have to tell Kelly. Kelly, you've started something with me. I am now currently watching The King's Affection, and I might do Captivating the King next. But yeah, you've got me hooked. You've started something bad with me, and I thank you very much. It gives me something to watch on Netflix, and it'll be finally worth the money I pay every month for it. For once we have it and you don't. Yes, it was the same thing for Vancouver and Toronto. Um, okay, so guys, until next time, Jamal.
Of course.
All right, guys, bye.